Hi, this is Cheyenne Valentine. I'm here today again with a new episode. I actually had started this video and a bee got into my car because I'm doing a video in my car. So excuse me, I'm kind of ruffled. Anyway, I have a question. Are some black men jealous that some black women are dating interracially? I have a question, this particular question, because I'm noticing that some black men are upset that some black women are dating interracially, but I don't understand why some of these black men are upset, because when there's a couple if there's an interracial couple where it's a black person and a white person, most likely it's a black man and a white woman. So what am I trying to say? Statistics show that there are more black men dating white women than there are black women dating white men. So let me repeat that again. There are more black men dating white women than there are black women dating white men. So no black man should ever be upset when he sees a black woman with a white man. I don't see where the anger comes from. There are more black men dating white women. That's a fact. I'm bringing this up because Christian Carson is a situation with her and this guy named Veganator, where he's against interracial dating, he's against swirling, and he dated a black woman before, and I assume she broke up with him. And I've heard that he said he don't give a fuck about black men either, but yet there's been a lot of black men under his channel upping him and happy that he don't want to screw black women anymore. And I have heard that allegedly some of these black men have donated $15,000 to this white dude, and allegedly this white man is racist, all because they're happy that he's bashing black women and that he's against interracial dating. So that had me I'm gonna do a whole nother video about their situation, but it had me thinking. I was at the store the other day, and this is black guy there this is my second time seeing him. The first time he tried to get my phone number and my email address, but I swerved him because I have a boyfriend, and that to me I know this man's interested in me, so to me that's opened up the door for cheating, and I'm not interested in him even if I was single. But being in a relationship, I'm not gonna do that. But anywho, this man asked for he tried to get with me or whatever, and I swerved him. And then I seen him a second time at the store, and let me lift up my window. Someone is about to pull up. So anywho, I swerved him. So I ran into him again. He still tried to get with me again, and he's a Cancer, and he represents a lot of cancers that might be on the negative side. He's overweight. Some Cancer men like to be pimps. He even suggested me, why don't I sell myself? And I said in one way, he said, oh, well, just sell your hair, market your hair and make videos. Anyway, he tried to be slick. But we got to talking. So he works at a warehouse. Mind you, I'm not attracted to him. He's overweight. He has, I know he has at least one kid because he had a cart full of snacks, and he said these are for my kids. But when we were talking, he said he had one kid. So I don't know what's going on. But he talks about his hopes and dreams of being a chef and doing this other shit. And with a lot of black people and black men, I want them to just do it. Like, stop talking about it, just do it. You can work for somebody else, but seems like you don't want to put the effort to building your own business. And this is some black men and some black women too. Like, we need to build our own shit. Stop talking about it, be a dreamer, and put action behind it. But anywho, he works at a warehouse, and he was saying what disturbs him is that his one of his supervisors is a white man. He says this white man has disrespected him. He had to check the white dude, but he said some of the black women that work there lets this white man not only flirt with them but fill on them. And he said, how could you let this white man fill on you and touch on you when you just seen him a minute ago disrespecting me? Now, I didn't bring up interracial dating to him. It didn't come up. He brought it up. And so why I'm disturbed by his comment is that okay, the first thing I want to say is women like attention. It doesn't matter who. When you're dealing with an immature woman, she wants attention. So it doesn't matter if he just cussed you out 2 minutes ago. Long as the white dude's giving her attention. Some women are immature like that. They just like attention. Number two, this is the problem I see with some black men. They don't like when another man has power over them. So build your own shit. I talk about this in a lot of my videos. We need to build our own shit, so then the so-called white man won't be able to be over you and talking shit to you. Okay, so that's another thing. But my thing is too, after he told his story, I told him those women are ignorant or whatnot, and women just like attention, so they don't care who is it from if they're immature. And I was also telling about my situation with these white men or whatever that tried to come in my job. He's looking at me real strange when I was telling him the story, and it seems to me that black men feel very uncomfortable when black women are interested in white men, or if white men are trying to approach a black woman. And I don't understand why when most when it comes to most interracial couples between black men, between black people and white people, it's a black man dating a white woman. So this is my conclusion I've made. This man seemed very upset. Now what I think it is that the women that are getting felt up by this white racist supervisor, I think that he wants those women. Same with my brother. I have a brother who's married, and it's a white woman at his job. Now, my brother is a proclaimed racist, but it's a white woman at his job that he's been trying to fuck. He actually felt her vagina, had his hands in her pants and every fucking thing. Well, anywho, he doesn't want to mess around with her because he thinks that she's too hoarse because she's flirting with the supervisor, and he thinks that she's fucking the supervisor. I'm about 100% sure the supervisor is white. You know what it is? It has nothing to do with her being white or that supervisor being white. The bottom line is men don't like when you show other men attention above them, and they don't like when you show other men attention above them that they feel are above them. So if you're showing another man attention in front of them, that man is like over him, like his supervisor or boss, that makes him feel less than. It makes him feel like he's not good enough. On top of that, if you're showing this other man attention and fucking him, he wants you to fuck him. So if that woman came up to my brother right now and said, fuck me, he would do it. He don't give a fuck if she's fucking the supervisor. He just mad that she's fucking the supervisor and not him. And he might feel like she's fucking the supervisor because he's a supervisor. Because women do like men who are in authority, who have power. So it's not even about race, in my opinion. So this black guy who was sitting up here up in arms, that was conversating with me at the grocery store about these black women letting this white dude feel on them, he just want those women. Because if those women was letting him feel on them, he wouldn't give a fuck about. Look, the bottom line is men get upset when you're not giving them attention, and you're giving other men attention. They get so fucking upset, and they throw race in there and everything like that. But like he said about them letting this white guy feel on them, so fucking what? Black men are known for dating white women, especially when they get money. They love white women. And they just had the Chris Brown situation, the Nate Parker situation. I mean, black men are notorious for loving white women, so I don't understand why black men get so upset when they see some white trash dude at a job feeling on a white woman, feeling on a black woman, and she's down for it. So fucking what? A lot of black men want white women. If it's an interracial couple, 9 times out of 10, it's a black guy with a white woman. So I don't want to hear. Let me tell you something. I don't want to hear no more black men complain about black women dating white dudes. Okay, only way now, if it was more black women dating white men than it was black men dating white women, then I could see why you could have a complaint. Okay, but the fact that it's more black guys dating white women, what the fuck does it matter if a couple black women are fucking white dudes? Who gives a fuck? How is that affecting you? When it's an interracial couple between a black person, white person, it's mostly a black guy dating a white woman. So black men are cool when it's a black guy dating a white woman, but black men are upset when it's a black woman dating a white guy. That's what it seems like to me. Let me talk about an incident that I encountered. I started a job. This was years ago. I only was there for one day. I didn't like it. So my supervisor, she was white. She was a nice white older lady. And then there was another white older lady there. This other white older lady, she had curly tight hair, which white women to me don't look all that cute with the really curly tight hair. But anywho, and she kind of had a little weight on her, wasn't attractive. The lady who was over me, she was a decent looking older white woman, but nothing that, she was okay. So it was a younger black guy that worked there. Me and my supervisor, the older white lady, we were talking. She's like, oh, I'm gonna hook you up with him and all that. And like, this dude wasn't even my type. I didn't find him attractive. His personality was kind of bland. And I remember I was sitting in the seat while she was training me, and I had walked off, and he ended up sitting in my seat or taking the chair. And I walked up, and I remember him saying, well, I'm gonna let me get up. And he said, well, I don't want to be in like I don't want to be in anybody's chair or anything like that. He didn't really acknowledge me. He didn't say, oh, I'm sorry if you were sitting here. He just kind of said people's chair. He kind of acted kind of standoff towards me, which I don't give a fuck. I was not attracted to him. He would not be someone I would have fucked. So she kept talking very highly of him and saying she's gonna hook me up with him. I'm looking at her like, I don't find him attractive. Maybe you white women want to fuck him, but just because he's black and I'm black and he seemed to be, mannerable, he seemed to have good manners though. It takes more than that to be with a woman like me, okay? I need a man who, it's just a certain personality type that I like, and he just didn't have it. So, the other older white, basically this older white woman, my supervisor, and the other older white woman was flirting with him. Long story short, I was sitting there, and he walked over, and the one that would have been my supervisor, that was that was my first day and my last day. They wasn't paying enough, and I didn't like the vibe. But he walked over. The woman who would have been my supervisor was an older white woman. She was standing up with the other older white woman. They were talking. He walked over, and the older white woman that didn't look that hot with the curly hair, he told my supervisor, he said, oh, let's say her name was Jennifer. He said, Jennifer already helped me. And she said, oh, she did, huh? And he was just like flirting with him. And one of them flirted with him and looked at me, and I just kind of smiled. And I'm just like, now he was a younger black guy. He didn't look like shit to me, but to an older white woman, maybe, you know, he's a younger guy, very respectable. They probably did want to fuck him. Mind you, my supervisor was married, okay, because she had pictures of her husband all, you know, on the board and was talking to me about him, you know. And the other white woman, I don't know if she was married or not. Like I said, the other one didn't look like shit. My supervisor, she looked a little bit better. At least she was skinny and had an average face. And because my supervisor kept telling me, oh, you know, you're so pretty. And she said, I told my husband, oh, the one that's working with me, she's a pretty one, and kept saying how pretty I was. I'm like, you know, thank you, but whatever. And so they was flirting with him, and I just kind of smiled, and I was just like, he ain't even all that. But I guess to an older white woman, he would be all that. So what was my point of saying this? It didn't make me upset that these older white women were flirting with him. I didn't give a fuck. It was what it was. They was flirting with him, and they probably would have fucked him. Maybe as a matter of fact, he might have fucked him. I don't know, and I don't care. Just because he's a average looking black dude doesn't mean I want him. You know, he didn't do shit for me. I was not physically attracted to him, but they wanted to fuck him, and I just smiled and keep flirting with him. And he ain't nobody I fucking want. As a matter of fact, it was a white dude that worked there. When I walked past him, he kept staring at me. The white dude wanted to fuck me. While they trying to hook me up with this lame ass black dude, the white dude who baby mother or girlfriend came up there with their newborn baby, and when I walked past, he'd just be staring at me. And his daughter, I looked at his girlfriend or wife brought their daughter up. It was a newborn baby, and when everybody was, you know, playing, we're looking at her. And when I walked up and looked at her, she had this big smile, and her whole personality changed when I walked up, and she was just smiling at me. And I think kids like me and animals like me because I'm a nice person. So I sat down after I played with her, and he walked over to me like he wanted to just say something to me. He was like, oh, I see when you walked over, my daughter kind of, you know, became chippery and perked up. I said, yeah. I said, I don't know, kids just love me. I don't know what it is. He's just looking at me, kind of smiling. And like I said, every time I would walk past him, that I only seen him that one day, he would be staring at me. So, you know, but anywho, the black guy was single. They wanted me with him, and I didn't find him attractive. And the white women, two older white women were flirting with him. So this is my point. It did not upset me. I didn't give a fuck. However, I go to the grocery store, and the black guy sitting here upset and talking about these black women who getting felt up by some dirty ass racist supervisor at a warehouse. The bottom line is that black guy wanted those women. That black guy want all the attention. Let me tell you something. I'm summing this up. Black men and black women, sometimes we make a mountain out of mole, and we make things about race when it's not about race. The bottom line is most men, if you let them, they will try to have a harem of women. Men want to be with multiple women a lot of times. They want to fuck a lot of women. So if they're not getting attention from women, that makes them angry. Okay, and if it's from another race of men, it makes them even more angry. And if this other race of men is their boss or supervisor, it makes them even more angry. Okay? If that fat dude that was at the grocery store trying to talk to me, if those women were all fucking over him, he wouldn't have shit to say. If those women were white and they was all over his black ass, he wouldn't give a fuck. He'll be bragging and gloating his friends that he got some Becky's and some Snow White bunnies all over him. It's the fact that he want attention from those women, and they're not giving it to him, and now he's upset, and they trying to make it a race thing. Fuck that racist white motherfucker. I mean, maybe he's more attractive than him. And maybe because the supervisor, they want to get on his good side, so they let him flirt with him. I know women who let their supervisor do that so they can, you know, get away with shit at work. You know, he's reading too much into it. You see what I'm saying? He just wants those women to be all over here. And furthermore, he's overweight. So they probably don't find fucking attractive. I guarantee you, if this black dude lose some weight and looked it better, they'll be all fucking over him too, and he could feel on them too. He just mad because the dude's white and his supervisor, and he wants to get the attention his white guy's getting. So I want to know, black men, are some of you guys jealous of black women dating white women? Dating white men? If so, please stop being jealous. It's no reason to be jealous. Just make more money, make sure you look good, and go after the fucking women you want. And furthermore, most of the interracial dating between black people and white people is black men dating white women. So why are you upset about the couple black women that are dating white men? Really?